Good evening. Welcome to ThaiPBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chonapalai. A Karen ethnic group closed the Thai-Myanmar border along that provinces to retaliation for Thai police arresting relatives of the group's leader for illegally entering Thailand. The group warns that the situation will become worse if they are not released soon. The border with Myanmar from Mae district to Umpang district in Tak province has now been unofficially closed by Karen rebels known as DKBA or Go Tubo, led by Major General Nakamoi. Only one small border pass near the Ban Konken remains open for border crossing. The reason for the closure is Region 6 police forces setting up out of a checkpoint in Tak province, which is on Thai soil, and the arrest of 70-year-old Susu, who happens to be the general's mother-in-law, along with his aunt and two nieces for entering Thailand without legal documents. The arrest took place at the weekend. The DKBA leader warns of heavier retaliation towards Thais living along the border near their headquarters if the general's relatives are not released soon. The ruling Pheu Thai party will ask the Constitution Court to consider if the opposition leader should be prohibited from being an MP after he was stripped of his military status and ranks. The government whip insists this will not in any way obstruct the opposition's task of grilling the government on November 25th and 26th. Initially, the Senate also wished to hold a censure debate, but the Senate's whip says the upper house's request to grill the government on November 23rd and 24th has been rejected. The government claims the PM and her cabinet will be busy receiving international VIPs visiting Thailand. Since the opposition is already lined up a debate against the government from November 25th to 27th, the Senate is left with only one day, on the 28th, to impeach the Yingluck Shinawatra government before the end of the parliamentary session on the 29th. Prime Minister Yingluck said that she will attend all 4 days of the parliamentary debate to defend her government and ministers herself. She insists if an anti-government rally on the 24th ends up closing down parliament prior to the meeting, the government will ensure the legislature can do its duty in the House. Meanwhile, the Pheu Thai party has moved to ask the Constitution Court to verify the opposition leader Apisit Vechachiwa's status as an MP is in breach of the law now that his rank has been stripped and he has been officially kicked out of the military. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education Pongthep Thepkanchana, who is also member of the Pheu Thai party's legal team, said this process will not in any way obstruct the opposition's grilling of the government in Parliament. According to Article 102 of the Constitution, people discharged from a bureaucratic position are not eligible to contest elections in this country. The opposition is complaining that this move is totally politically motivated. During the U.S. President Barack Obama's visit to Thailand this Sunday, the Director General of American and South Pacific Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that the visit is intended to mark the 180th anniversary of U.S.-Thai diplomatic relations, and Thailand has agreed to take part in the negotiation for the Trans-Pacific Partnership or TPP. Wanna Methi, Director General of American and South Pacific Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, said that Thailand is the first country that President Barack Obama is scheduled to visit after the election. The main purpose of this visit on November 18th and 19th is to discuss TPP, a proposed regional FTA being negotiated by the U.S. and several Asia-Pacific nations, including Australia, Canada, Vietnam, Mexico, and 6 other countries. The agreement is focused on free trade, negotiation products and services beyond agreement already established by the World Trade Organization or WTO. Further negotiations include agreements in various sectors, namely natural disasters, the environment, public health, and epidemic prevention. Thailand and the U.S. will celebrate 180 years of diplomatic relations in 2013. Today, the National Broadcasting and Telecommunication Commission, or NBTC, discussed maximum service charges of 3G services with the big 3 telecom companies. Meanwhile, the NBTC's investigating panel summoned the telcos and asked them to clarify the 3G bidding process. Today, the NBTC's investigating panel called 3 wireless service providers who bid for 3G licenses, Advanced Info Service or AIS, and DTAC and TrueMove to clarify the 3G bidding procedures that took place on October 16th. However, the NBTC panel is expected to seek an extra 30 days to complete its task. Meanwhile, the meeting of 11 NBTC committees, which is scheduled tomorrow, would be suspicious if the agenda did not include the 3G auction, since Dr. Pravit Lisahaporn Wongsa had proposed the agenda to the meeting earlier, because the right to certify 3G license officially goes to the 11 committees. However, today the NBTC committee and 3 leading mobile companies try to reach a conclusion regarding the maximum 3G service rates, which are expected to be cheaper than now. It has been officially reported that the administrative court has opened an urgent inquiry into the case after the Ombudsman petitioned them to consider whether the spectrum auction on October 16th lacked free and fair competition. The Ombudsman will appear at the court alone tomorrow. Meanwhile, as for preparations for digital TV, Supinya Klangarong, one of the NBTC committee members, highlighted their new plan for the coming year.
Coming next year, NBTC Broadcasting Board is going to give new licenses for digital terrestrial TV. It will be new 48 TV channels. So this is challenging for NBTC because in order to open new market and open new technological channel, we must not forget the perspective of consumer protection and public interest. So the forum and the seminar today is hosted because we would like to highlight and specific on the digital revolution, digital broadcasting TV and consumer protection. So what we learned from German experience that in every decision making, they try to put the idea of public interest and consumer protection, but it's different into 3 levels. First, it's state regulation. Second, it's soft regulation. It means between state and the industry. And third is self-regulation. It means the industry must develop their professional ethics in order to protect consumer interests as well.
The minimum wage is to be raised up to 300 baht nationwide starting from 2013. Earlier, I talked to Sukit Kongpiyachan, president of the Thai Garment Manufacturers Association, who pointed out that the government has to come up with supporting measures for SMEs and help develop strategic plans and marketing.
A very bad situation for the factory in the upcountry because their wages is increasing by 80% comparing to the wage that we pay end of last year. And those that are not capable of improve the efficiency to cope with the wages increase might have to downsizing the business or even closing down. And this is the very difficult situation for us as we are a very labor-intensive industry.
Yeah, but some of the companies have already moved away from Thailand.
It's a trend. It's like this is what happened in Japan, in Taiwan, in Korea, where the wages increase and then the labor has been a shortage. They have to move out. So I think for the association, we need to prepare our member to gain the core competency, which we said they need to have the product development competency.
Right. That's why you get together and try to create something to maybe like a think tank to help the others entrepreneurs.
This is this one is called FPDC or Fashion Product Development Center, but because we got the funding partially from OKMD, the Office of Knowledge Management. So we have the nickname of Ton Kit, and to us we said it's like most of the industrial product, which we are doing. They don't have the product development capability. They are a good OEM, but they don't eventually know how the product was research, and they're only doing the finished product. So we said, hey, it's time for our member to learn the product development process, which is the standard process, and not only applying to our industry, but to the other industry as well.
The police have taken 2 bodies of members of a fishing crew to shore after they were found off the coast of Surat Thani province. The Marine Police and the Volunteer Marine Rescue groups are still searching for 2 more bodies. Police believe that all the bodies are all of Thai nationals. The Marine Police and the Volunteer Marine Rescue groups are still searching for 2 more bodies of fishermen after reports were received that 4 bodies had been seen floating off the coast between Tha Chana and Chaya districts, about 17 nautical miles from the shore. During the autopsy on the first body, it was found that he was struck by the sharp weapon on the neck, but the second corpse could not be examined due to decomposition. The police believe that all 4 of the bodies are probably Thais after police had received reports that Sangarawi Sithipan, Akom Ampawa, Sithichai Pummit and his younger brother Paithun Pummit were missing. Lately, Sangravadi Sithipan's wife has already identified one of the bodies as her husband. Thailand is the official host of the World Blind Union 8th General Assembly, or WBU. More than 200 blind Thai people will join this meeting. Meanwhile, ThaiPBS board, who are part of the organizing committee, said the event aims to provide a stimulating opportunity to share information, knowledge, and experience about news and innovative concepts.
Thailand is the first Asian country to host the event, which seeks to promote equality and improve the quality of life for blind people around the world. Chairman of the WBU 2012, Senator Montien Buntan, said the event is unique since it offers opportunities for cooperation between international organizations for the blind and academics. Professor Viriya Namsari Pongpan of the ThaiPBS committee has stressed international nature of the with blind people attending from Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. He said they will share visions as representatives from each country have different objectives.
The first thing we want to make awareness to encourage to give more information to Thai people to understand that the blind have capacity. We can do more than the other belief. This is very most important because most and many Thai people believe that the blind can do nothing or can do very few things like sell a lottery ticket. That's all.
Professor Viriya also said that as a public service broadcaster, we try hand in hand to promote better understanding in the society and help them to get access or get more involved.
I thanks to ThaiPBS to give the chance to give us have a program we call Blind Date every Saturday to give many way of living of the blind, like the blind how to cook, the blind how to feed or to take care their children, and different way to give the picture, all kind of picture of the blind to the society, to make the society to understand the way of life of the blind. This is one important. And the second thing is to request e-book in universal design we call EPUB 3 because e-book in universal design it can let the blind access to the knowledge in that book. This is most important for us.
However, the blind leaders from 190 countries will discuss ways of providing encouragement to elderly blind, assistance for blind living in disaster area, and importantly, how to provide sufficient education to the blind, which will enable them to enjoy more fulfilling careers.
And that wraps up tonight's editions of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. I'm Rung Tip Chonapalai. Have a good night. สวัสดีค่ะ